Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Richmond Power and Light Board meeting for Tuesday, September the 5th, 2023. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Doug Goss.
Here.
Lucinda Wright.
Present.
Bill Engel.
Here.
Jeff Kappa.
Here.
Jeff Locke.
Here.
Gary Turner.
Here.
Jane Bumbalow.
Here.
Ron Oler. Larry Parker. 8 are present.
Ron has a emergency this evening for illness, so he has an excused absence. Approval of the minutes, Mr. Locke.
Mr. Chairman, caught me off guard. If there's no additions or corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting, I make the motion they approved as submitted.
Second.
3 meetings.
That would be for the meeting of July the 3rd as well as executive session of August the 7th.
We'll go for it.
Okay.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Bills to be approved.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Locke.
the Finance Committee has met and recommends the approval of bills in the amount from August 21st and September 5th in the amount of $7,537,108.82.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve the bills in the amount of $7,537,108.82. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Any unfinished business to come before the board at this time? Hearing none, report by the general manager.
Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I just have a few things on the agenda this evening. First, the picture I have here on our introductory slide is a picture of some of our linemen and we call them the underground crew, that they are installing some of our used poles around the airplane down in Veterans Park. It was a nice project that we were able to help out with, so always thank our crews when they can take a few minutes and help out with a project like that. So I think it turned out pretty well. So thanks, Mr. Parker, for helping facilitate that. So anyway, good project.
I was getting concerned, maybe you wanted to buy a plane.
All right, so what we got first? First thing on the agenda this evening is a request to receive bids on a new 2024 compact extended / super cab pickup truck for the engineering department as previously approved in the 2023 capital budget. We have waited to this point in the year to go out for bid on this vehicle, as some of our vendors have told us that this would be the time to get in queue for a 2024 model. As you know, we've had a lot of trouble getting vehicles, so we're gonna see what we can do here. But we are requesting to be able to go out for bids on this vehicle that was previously approved in the budget.
Mr. Chairman,
Jeff.
I'd like to make a motion and request to receive bids on a new 2024 compact extended super cab pickup truck for the engineering department as previously approved in the budget.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to request to receive bids on the 24 compact extended super cab pickup truck. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is our quarterly ECA. So this will be the third time now that we've brought this to your attention, and again, we'll be doing this every quarter. So we are requesting approval of the fourth quarter ECA. The overall change in the ECA this quarter is a decrease of 0.0000071 cents per kilowatt hour. I guess the easiest way to say this is it's remaining flat. So, but we do need your approval unless you have questions regarding that this evening.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the ECA rates for the fourth quarter of 2023. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Just briefly this evening, I'm added a new portion to our board meeting called In the Headlines. I feel like a late-night talk show host with one of their little skits they do. But this one, I wanted to talk to you about basically the headlines that you may have been seeing regarding the greenhouse gas rule. Earlier this year, I discussed with you the ELG, or Efficient Limitation Guidelines rule, but this is another one. This has been a topic of discussion at IMPA recently, so I thought I'd give you an opportunity to give some information on that in case you get any questions about this, because this has been in the news quite a bit. So specifically, In May of this year, the EPA issued a proposed rule to further reduce greenhouse gas emissions from fossil fuel-fired plants. The rules would affect coal-fired plants, new combustion turbines, and existing combustion turbines larger than 300 megawatts. Comments on the rule were due in August, so that's why we were discussing this at the IMPA board meeting. All comments submitted will be reviewed by the EPA, and they will publish a final rule in 2024. IMPA independently filed comments on the proposed greenhouse gas rule. They also participated in comments submitted by several other industry partners, including the American Public Power Association, the Indiana Utility Group, which includes all investor-owned utilities, Hoosier Energy, Wabash Valley Power Association, et cetera. And then Prairie State Generating and the Midwest Ozone Group. IMPA is aware that others have filed comments on the greenhouse gas rule, including MISO, a RTO group, which stands for a Regional Transmission Operators Group that includes MISO, PJM, and SPP. As a reminder, we are in the PJM RTO, which covers the eastern part of the country. Others that filed comments were the state of Indiana, the state attorney general, in conjunction with 17 other states, U.S. Small Business Administration, the Edison Electric Institute, and then the FERC commissioner. There were groups that were supportive of the greenhouse gas rule that submitted comments, such as the Natural Resources Defense Council, Clean Air Task Force, Nature Conservancy, Clean Energy Group, and several states, including New York, California, testing my knowledge of fifth grade geography, is that Massachusetts, Illinois, and Minnesota. So some of the concerns about the rule. Again, this isn't a political statement tonight, but just some of the facts. So the reason IMPA is concerned, it would require the addition of batteries at combustion turbines like the ones we have located here in Richmond out on Gates Road. At this point, those batteries are incredibly expensive and the reliability hasn't been tested. So that's one of their concerns. And then just stricter requirements for the construction of new combustion turbines, which are typically used as peakers. Other concerns about the rule is that it requires best system of emission reduction strategies, specifically hydrogen co-firing, which is not currently feasible because current technology cannot burn hydrogen at levels required by the rule, and infrastructure currently doesn't exist to deliver hydrogen or produce it in quantities needed according to this greenhouse gas rule. You may have heard of carbon capture strategy, but carbon capture strategy is also a requirement that is still being developed. So the timeline for implementation of these new technologies would not even be feasible if the technology existed today. So the timing is the issue here that has raised most of the concerns. So these headlines in conclusion, why are power producers concerned? Well, number one, reliability and costs associated with compliance. Groups are generally supportive of the transition to greener energy, but they state there needs to be a balanced approach with timelines to allow current generation to operate as new technologies are developed and implemented. For those of you that have been able to attend APPA conferences and workshops over the past couple of years, that seems to be the consistent statement, is that no one is opposed to the transition to green energy, but they just want to see it, the timelines with the current technology allowed to exist until the other technologies are proven. So we probably won't hear much about this in the news again until first of the year when the EPA makes their decision on this greenhouse gas rule. But as you could see, IMPA, as you know, we are a member of, they've been working diligently in the background and preparing comments and sharing their concerns on how this would affect member communities like Richmond. So that's one of the things IMPA does on our behalf is lobby on things like this. And unless you have any questions, I got a couple more things for you.
I do have one
Yes.
Right
question.
ahead.
Do you know possibly when in 2024 that they're going to come out? And what's,
It just says early 2024 is everything I've read. They don't really give you a specific date.
possibly first quarter?
Yeah. So, yeah, the ELG rule that we've had discussions about recently, that's we've been told April. So this one came out after that, so probably a little bit after that, so maybe second quarter.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. I know you're busy with budgets, and just wanted to let you know that since you haven't seen ours yet, here's our calendar. Our budget is typically approved after you get through the city budget. So we are currently working on our budget. We plan to deliver the budget books to you no later than the third week of October. We would like to introduce the budget at the November 6th board meeting. We typically hold a special meeting. In the past, it has been the second Monday of November, so if that works for everyone, we like to stick to that calendar. So that would be November 13th for our special board meeting to review the budget. And then it would be ready for consideration at the December 4th meeting, and of course, we would have a second meeting in December if needed to consider the budget. So I just wanted to give you the budget calendar so we can just plan accordingly. And finally, I just wanted to recognize one of our employees, Ashley Holston. She's our accounts payable clerk. She was chosen along with 13 other young professionals for the 2023 cohort of the Chamber of Commerce Wayne County Leads Program. So it's a great program. I know a lot of people have gone through that here in the past few years. So it's an honor for her to be chosen to do that, and I just wanted to recognize her publicly for being chosen to participate, which is great. So unless you have any other questions, that's all I had prepared for this evening.
I would like to say I am so thankful so many employees of RP&L showed up for the Living the Poverty Experience. That was something else. And it meant so much seeing so many RP&L members there. That was awesome.
We're glad they were there. We will, next time they do it, we'll send some more. A lot of those individuals were from our customer service office and our finance office. We just didn't want to close up shop to send everybody at
There you
once.
go. Well, that was awesome.
I'm glad
Yep.
you reminded me of that, so
Yep.
yes, thank you.
Yep.
Any additional questions or comments for our general manager? Hearing none.
Move for adjournment.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.